Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We are back for some more ACC. We're jumping straight into things as I was a bit busy before stream. Welcome everyone, welcome Zav, welcome Geeky. The music, it is just from the Plants vs Zombies soundtrack. It's so old, I thought it's likely to be fine on YouTube, and I have had no issues. Yes, I'm a little bit late, so I need to. So I haven't done any warm up yet, or even got the sort of setup in. I did do some reference laps. I did note down some values to help me with preparation. I think I'm going to about 19 liters. Heart rate today, it's not really had a chance to peak. We'll see how it goes during the race. I'm not expecting much from this race. Let me explain what's going on. As you can see by the server name at top, these are three of the biggest communities on the SimGrid platform: Lightspeed Racing, Formula Racing League, and Harakiri Racing. And it's just a race between these three communities. We're representing Lightspeed Racing, and that is all the cars with the red number boards. Silver is then representing Formula Racing League, and then Harakiri is the white number boards. Usually those number boards denote Pro, Silver, and Am. They kind of also do that today. Harakiri have some really quick drivers. You might recognize some of the names. Let me see if I can find them. Oh yeah, this one. You might recognize them. You might be able to find them on YouTube as well. But we'll start hanging out pit lane. It's a long pit lane here, so we want to try and get out. Don't leave it too late to get out. I think we have maybe left it a little bit on the later side. Hopefully we can get out before any traffic, before the leaders get round or the first cars out on track. This pit exit line can't come soon enough. We have to get straight on it. Yeah, only a 4-second gap. That's not ideal. But yes, we've got a 50-minute qualifying session here. We're going to have a 1-hour race. There's a mandatory pit stop. It's a very similar format to what we're running on the current Friday series. So we'll just get up to speed as quickly as we can. So see, they were dipping into the 32s in the practice session. So yeah, this is just a one-off event between the communities, as I was saying earlier. Lost stack drivers, I'm certainly not expecting anything close to yesterday. Oops. I think a lot of the faster people tend to prefer going for stopping halfway through to grab new tires. I prefer just to carry on. Just try and get into a better rhythm, run the fuel down. Something with Misano is you could really sort of abuse the track limits, to be honest. You know, the runoff is quite usable here. You could, you know, really extend entries of corners, cut apexes, and then extend again on the exit. Now, probably all the tracks in this game, this is probably the one you spend the most time outside of the white lines, but still within track limits for. Rear end is sliding around a bit in the McLaren here. Running wide there. Currently about 2 seconds off the pace, and there's a 7/10 gap in the standings currently. So you can see who's more on alien pace and who's not. See just how much you can cut those corners across the curbs. So we've gained 3/10 through sector 1. starting to find some good time now. Half a second up after the second sector. Now probably the easiest spot on the track to invalidate the lap. Deep into the hairpin. Get the car rotated well though. Not quite as committed as I could have been through the final corner, but we'll still gain 7/10 over the lap. And we'll go again, see if we can pick up a few more. Just keep it within track limits there, but losing a bit of time. Get the fuel low symbol, meaning we only really have one more lap of fuel after this. And there, as I said, last lap, an easy place to invalidate your lap. We weren't up on our lap time, so we thought might as well try and see what we can gain. Back off a little bit, we've got a couple of slower cars in front, try and get a good exit out of the final corner here. Get a good run down to turn 1. Good start to the lap, a 10th up. So 10th up out of sector 1. Not finding any time in the second sector, but I think it's the final sector where we left a little bit on the table through the hairpin and final corner. Well, as we've seen last lap, corners yeah, still deep in again. A little wide through the final corner, we're only go again, not even half a 10th. And we don't have the fuel to continue for another lap, so I'll just park up and return to garage. Kiki asking, favourite car in ACC? Probably the Porsche Cup. Just because it has no TC, makes it an interesting car, gives you a bit of a challenge. But yeah, I love quick people here. If we have time to look at our sectors, we had a 10th there in the final sector. And I want to say we had a little bit more time in that too. I just never hooked up the final sector, to be honest. But 10th wouldn't have got same position, so I've got us a little closer to 23rd. But we know I've got the position. Welcome, Blakey. Popping in to say yeah. Blakey the cat. Hope you're keeping well today. While we wait for qualifying, I should do some fuel calcs. Extremely tired, yeah, me too. I had a horrible night's sleep. So we have a 1 hour race, doing 9.3-second lap times. So 39 laps, 39 times the 2.55 litres. That's 100 litres of fuel we'll need this race. There is a slight chance we get lapped. If we are about 1.5 seconds off the pace, it'll be close. It'll be close. Yeah, there's 32 people here, so what was that? 3/4 of the way down the field. Yeah, very different to being in the top 5 last time. But there we have the end of qualifying. You can see just how close it is at the top of the pack, except for Honzik, Chardier. Pin himself a 1/4 second clear of the field. The esports sweat that he is. Yes, we will. I want to take 1 PSI of the right-hand side tires. They're a little high. Fuel we're gonna need, I'm gonna say 101 plus 1. Yeah, he's in this race. Blakey. Yeah, so yeah, they are some real quick people. I mean, Honzik does the SRO Esports series. Yeah, and on the SimGrid platform, some of these people have some of the highest ratings in terms of they're called grid ratings on SimGrid. That sort of tries to show your pace. There's a big difference in the average across the communities. So Jimmy doesn't really do much ACC these days. I can remember last time he played it, so no. LSR, the community I'm in with, has 2,250 average grid rating. FRL, which are the silver number boards, have an average of 3,250. And HR, which are the white number boards, have an average grade rating of 4,500. So you can see, bit of a pace difference there. Let's just double check our setup. As happy with fuel, tires. Yep, so
30 seconds.
not much of a balanced field, but should hopefully still be able to get a good race in
20 seconds.
as formation lap is about to begin.
Seconds.
We're also
Going single file.
technically out of the community we're representing, LSR. We're third of the community out of 10 drivers. So maybe we'll be able to advance on that during the race. We will have to wait and see. So as we get away for formation lap, pit stop rules, we have to refill 1 litre during the pit window. The pit window is 45 minutes long, so it will open 7.5 minutes into the race and it will close with 7.5 minutes remaining. As I said, during that we must refill 1 litre. As you've seen at the start of qualifying, it's quite a long pit lane here because nearly the entirety of the pit exit is under the pit limiter speed, or pit speed limit, I should probably say, of 50 kilometers an hour. You do get to cut the first chicane, which makes up for it a bit. But yeah, it'll be costly whenever we take it. So we want to turn off tires on the formation lap so we don't have to do that during the race. As we get into position for the start, just get the brakes back up to temperature, try and make sure the tires are as close to the operating window as possible for the start. One car's got to drive through. Let's see how chaotic this start is. A couple of cars off on the right hand side in front of us. A little bit of door banging. Don't think we're winning out here on the outside. Looks like we're still in 24th. Lost space on the outside. but is risky, of course. Try and get slipstream of the Ferrari in front. As we've got a run on the other Ferrari. Managed to get the move done round the outside. Good respect from the Ferrari. See one car going into pit lane already. That won't count for a mandatory stop, so that'll be basically one free position. Ah, it was the 787 that got the drive-through off the start. I won't go for a move, but just not the space.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
End up giving place up to number 5 again. Again, struggling with that rear end. They're side by side behind us. Race looks to be settling in for now. So I have to see what our pace is like compared to those around us. Already someone getting a drive-through for track limits. Just 2 laps into the race, that's incredibly early. Gotta remember the car's full with nearly 100 litres of fuel at this point. And that will affect how the car handles. This can't be quite as aggressive on the braking zones. There goes the 107. In for its drive through. That might get us a warning for a cut. I'm surprised that hasn't come up yet. I'm surprised that has maybe counted as still in track limits. We're keeping up with the cars ahead, but we're not exactly putting them under any pressure. And that's a bit embarrassing. The 107 picking up an SG30 for speeding in pit lane. Nearly driving into back for the number 5. Getting a snap of oversteer on the exit. wide enough there to pick up a warning. Car a little bit wide in front. Game has had a bit of a bug. If you've seen that, said 255 laps remaining for the 107 to serve their stop-go. When it in reality should be 2 laps. Pit window opens. We do have a couple of seconds of damage from the little door bang, but shouldn't be majorly affecting us. I just need to get into a better rhythm, to be honest. Geeky, what do you mean it's cold? It is 25 degrees. That's quite warm. Ooh, maybe a bit of contact there between 2 of the 3 Ferraris. Maybe thought about trying to find a gap. 2 of the cars are wide. As 789 just gets a better run on the outside. Luckily we have a bit of a gap behind, so we're not being backed up into another car just yet. But certainly in a pack of a lone McLaren in a pack of Ferraris. We've got 3 Ferraris in front of us and another 2 behind. Of course, later in the week we'll be back here at Misano on Friday for LSR's Friday series. Thank God it's race day, in which we are driving the Ferrari for that series. And it's a very close battle between these 3 cars. You can see just how the cars in front have just driven away. It is quite the gap. Looks like they're side by side in front. Indeed they are. Maybe could have gone for a move on the number 5. I just didn't see it ending well. A little bit of door rubbing between 2 cars up ahead. .107 has cleared their stop go and is coming right out in the middle of a pack of cars, of course. A lap down, which pretty much puts an end to their race, to be honest. as they'll still have to complete their mandatory stop. I don't feel like I quite have the pace to keep up with these three cars. And that the only reason why I'm still on their tail is because they're slowing each other down, battling quite a bit. You can see the 789 now it's got to the front of the train. Looks like it's trying to break a gap. Had a sort of peeped their nose. Trying to see if we can put the 5 under pressure. Have them make a mistake. Which they kind of did. As we just slid out of track limits. But thankfully got no time gained. Again, just struggling with oversteer through that left-hander. Ruins our momentum out of the corner. Just see the gap open up. Again. You can just see on the Delta how the pace has just increased slightly this lap. Cars in front aren't fighting as much, aren't slowing themselves down as much. Oh, that was too close for comfort, that. Just start to back up again into the hairpin. Concertina up. As welcome Bacon Man to the stream. Glad to have you around. It's the Ferrari in front getting a bit of a wiggle on. They were having a look, nearly got into the rear bumper of the 13. Seems like 13 is a little bit of a cork in the bottle. Number 5 is looking to get to the inside. As I'm way too deep. We don't really lose any time as they're fighting side by side in front. Looks like 13 has held on for now. But looks like it's only a matter of time before the number 5 gets past them. We're going to try and stay as close as we can here. Try and take advantage of any opportunity that comes our way. Ooh. Once again, just concertinaing up. A little tap, but no harm done. A slight slither of damage. The 5 now having a poor run through the right hand hairpin. Five is really struggling to find a way past. 13 is lost some consistency, just making some small mistakes. Which is kind of just dropping them back ever so slightly, taking a little bit of pressure off the 13. Thirteen's wide. 5 is trying to get to their inside. Five backs out of the move. Probably the wise decision. As we've got one car in pit lane of the 27. Struggling with the rear. It's not going to get any better throughout the races. Those slides are only going to be damaging the rear tyres. Been a few changes of position behind us. The 346 has dropped back a couple of positions. Now the 48 is trying to cling onto our tail. Close the gap back up a bit. Getting a little bit of pressure loss on the right hand side tyres. Either number 5 has seemed to just lose a little bit of pace, or number 13 has just got a little more comfortable, starting to be a little more consistent. But we're all just keeping each other honest, and it shows in the lap times, just how close they were that last lap. Flash of the headlights from the number 5, trying to distract the 13. Pressure though is probably coming from the final corner. Just dipping the right hand side tires into the grass for a little moment. "13" having a slide through the corner there. Number 5 getting held up just a little bit. We're in the slipstream. All bunches up into the hairpin. You can see the Ferraris get a good drive off the hairpin. Just open up an extra car length. Number 5 sliding through T1 there. Our pace between all three of us is just so evenly matched that none of us can find a way past, but this might be the opportunity. 13's out really wide this time. Number 5 has got completely alongside. Let's go for the inside for the triple right-hander, or quadruple even. We nearly had the pace to get side by side, but it was too risky. 5 has got the move done, but they're quite deep. They bang wheels quite heavily there. Coming out of the hairpin, they bang wheels once more. The 13's off wide. We'll take that position. But some very robust racing from both the cars in front, from both of those Ferraris. Fortunately, 13 getting hit out wide. Now it's time to see, was the number 13 being a cork in the bottle? Or do they have some pace to try and come back and put us under pressure? Number 5 out wide. We're having troubles keeping the rear end in check. slipstream. Five definitely being a little more conservative on the entry there. Got a good run out for the final corner, we'll go to the inside.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Five braked. Bit too late. Skirt them into a mistake.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I had to leave them room there, otherwise they would have caused us to spin. Unfortunately, it's going to lose us 2 positions. Maybe a third with that snap on the exit.
Car on the left. Through wide.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Clear on the left. Car on the left.
Karma inside, just trying to force me out when I have to leave space for the McLaren on my right hand side.
On the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
And we've got a lap car up ahead, we'll see if we can just close back in on the 2 cars in front. Looks like a bit of contact. Yes, there certainly is. Through the final corner. "13" nearly runs into the back for the 5. We do kind of run into the back of the 13, just a little. Big slide through the left-hander. A little bit touring car like that was. Racing has got quite robust these last couple of laps. As we get to the halfway point, are starting to accumulate a bit of damage now, about 4 seconds, which still really isn't much. It shouldn't have much of an effect, but we'll turn it off just because we don't want to spend that time stationary in pit lane. "13's starting to drop back this time. We're starting to put a bit of pressure onto the number 5. A little bit wide, so we'll take a warning. Once again, 5 bit wide from the apex. I think the number 13 has gone for their pit stop. They've disappeared off the relative. Got more cars in pit lane. Right behind the Ferrari, but get slide through the right-hander. Costs us momentum. Struggling just to keep up in the slower corners a little bit more. That tight double right-hander. So we go in deep to the open hairpin. Actually ran just slightly over track limits there. Much better run through sector 1 that time. Just keeps us a little bit closer. I think they got a little bit distracted by something there, running a couple of wheels on the grass. Car generously gets out of the way. Twenty minutes of the race to go. We are faster, not by much. We've got a little bit of a run here.
Car on the right. Clear on
Force them to brake late. Take a position on the inside. And just cover off any potential move into the open hairpin. Now let's see if we can gap them this time.
flag accepted. There's a car left on the front, watch out.
We are going to slightly cover the inside. As we do have leaders starting to come through, they've made their pit stops. So I'm going to just go for the battle. Oh. That's a little tight on pit entry. Slight tap on the wall.
Mandatory stop is now clear. Let's go, go, go.
Hopefully we don't come out in too much traffic. Hopefully none at all. Definitely kissed the wall a little bit. 6 seconds of damage. Should come out just behind the 41 in a nice pocket of clean air. No penalty, which is main thing.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Yeah, I don't know how he was going to avoid that. He was braking into a corner that's can be taken flat out. If a lift, you know, slowing down in the middle of the corner isn't predictable. So not much I can do to avoid that. Number 5 is in pit lane, trying to cover us off. Drive through for 331. Number 5 is still in pit lane, so that's definitely our spot to keep. So currently we sit 23rd. We know the number 12, a couple of places in front of us, has to pit. There's been a crash with some cars behind us. I just briefly saw on the mini-map. But yeah, they were stationary for quite a while, so they probably did take extra fuel or repair their car. Number 12 comes into the pits, promoting us to 22nd. I can see another car that's yet to complete their mandatory stop. So now, having been in a battle for the entire race so far, now find ourselves in a bit of clean air. The 331 takes to pit lane for their drive-through. We're too far back to take any advantage of it. .48 is travelling through the pit exit. We have got that position. That puts us into 21st. So that means we're currently on for at least 20th. See the rear of the car just dancing around. There's only about 6 minutes of the pit window left. I will say this car has turned into a bit of a handful on the rear end the last couple of laps. We are also on the lead lap still, and while the leaders are closing in behind us, they still have to take their mandatory pit stops, so it looks like we'll be remaining on the lead lap for the race. We still have one track limit warning in hand. I might up the TC. I've been considering it. I'm just worried about the car bogging down and it just being quite slow as the number 17 BMW runs wide to this through. Now they're going to have a great slipstream. Could definitely be mounting an attack with that slipstream if they weren't lapped. We can see now that we've got a bit of clean air, we set our fastest lap of the race. Although it won't count because we invalidated it somewhere. I'm not too sure where, but maybe it, oh no, it's our best lap of the race. It's just that the delta on our dash reset when we took our pit stop. Of course, our actual fastest lap, which is displayed on the useful graphic display under the gameplay on your stream, is a 35.1. You can see we're starting to close up to the 113. Not that it matters, as they still have to take their pit stop. The 987 that was gets a penalty for track limits. Have to try and spot where they are on track to see if there's somewhere we can take advantage of. There's a couple of cars in pit lane, 787, 16. That will put us into 19th. So we're currently at least P18 now with when the 113 pits. They'll have to pit at the end of this lap, only a minute and a half of the pit window left. As you can see, more cars making their way through pit lane on the track map. Getting a good run through the hairpin that time. Good final sector there, and it reflected on our in-car delta. The 113 hasn't pitted. They will not be able to complete their mandatory pit stop anymore because the pit window will close in 20 seconds, and as such they'll get a post-race penalty of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. I.e., they will be classified as the last finisher on the lap. So you can technically gain from this. If the leader is, say, the next car behind you, when you finish the race and you didn't take your mandatory pit stop, you technically benefit because you'll finish on the lead lap, whereas if you took your mandatory stop, you'd have finished one lap down. as we have the 107 Bentley catching up to us. Of course, they had that dreadful start. Track limit penalty after just 2 laps. And then a stop-go penalty for speeding in pit lane. So if they put any pressure on us and have a look at passing us, we'll just let them through. There's no point in racing them. As the 41 Lambo's having issues, maybe pulling off to retire. This game car just snapping away from me. Yeah, I've just got this Bentley go here. Definitely not the most time efficient way to do it, but it's not going to make much of a difference. .987 is in serving their DT. The 113 has pitted. Probably not realising pit window has already closed, and they're a bit too late for that. There's the 987. I didn't realise it'd be so close. And maybe if I was a little bit cleaner this stint, didn't let the Bentley through. Maybe could have had the 987, but fortunately I don't think we will. And so it's just a matter of taking it to the end now. With what will be 3 laps to go at the end of, or when we start the next lap. Bentley's gone wide. Made a mistake, that's back through, which isn't ideal to be honest. Especially if they're going to be faster than us anyway. I think the 113's heart has sank because they'll have made what they thought was their mandatory pit stop. The game, and as they exit pit lane, they'll see that number 1 hasn't disappeared. And they probably realise that they really messed it up. 27 has had a spin, I assume. A little bit in front of us. They'll get going before we have time to catch up. Triple six now having an issue. Some late race mistakes. as we've got close to improving our personal best that lap. Only 200ths off. So we have 2 more laps to go. Getting away with the no time gained as we just ever so slightly slid out of track limits there. As we come round now to start the final lap. Of what started as a bit of a hectic race. Certainly got quite chaotic in the middle phase. And then ever since we took our mandatory pit stop, which we did so quite risky, it should be said. We didn't leave anything on the table, slight tap of the wall on the pit entry. We really pushed the speed limit on the entry as well. And we got the car straight up on the jacks. There was no expense spared at the pit stop. In the end, it didn't matter. The car we were fighting against took a longer pit stop. And that has left us to take a clean and comfortable P18 with just 2 corners to go. Viv Beak have been P17, but still up 6 positions from where we started in 24th. And there we have it, finished P18. Yeah, bit robust for my liking towards the middle phase of the towards the middle phase of the race. Definitely a little bit more contact than I'd usually like to see in a race, but yeah, some people just go aggressive. It does look like we finished as lead car in LSR, Light Speed Racing, which is a nice little achievement. Save the replay just in case. But yeah, good race. Finishing about 9 PM exactly on the dot. shame there isn't like a scrape mark on the wall. From where we glanced at. Yeah, we also had the first pit box in pit lane, which isn't always ideal. Luckily, it isn't too much of a problem here. Oh, would you look at that? Less than a tenth for the lead. Oh, we gotta have a quick look at that. And yeah, as suspected, best of the community, which is a nice little accomplishment. I also just realised I didn't start the recording on the stream, so which I usually do just in case I want to use the stream for anything like a short clip or a highlights video. But yeah, we'll have a quick look. I'll have a quick look at that finish. Because it must certainly have been close. So, yeah, this is the final lap. I'm actually going to wind it back to start of the lap, or sort of the end of the penultimate lap. As you can see, Jardier is in third, putting pressure on the number 7 Bentley. Bentley just flirting with track limits there. Definitely over the track limits there. Let's head towards turn 1. As ACC gives us a lovely camera angle. Jardier just looking, trying to sneak the nose into the mirrors. Trying to distract the Bentley. Get a mistake out of them. And there's a mistake there, and just deep. Jardier slips up the inside to take P2. And then it's on to try and chase for the win. With at this stage only half a lap to go. Bentley sliding in the background, maybe looking to try and get a move back up into P2. But certainly wasn't close enough for it. They head down now to this quadruple right-hander. Each one gets tighter and tighter. Can see Jardier just using more of the track. Just pushing it a little more close up. You can see he's right on the bumper, has come up to the penultimate corner. Into the final corner. Mercedes has a little wiggle. Jardier has the run, pulls up alongside, and falls shy by just 0.09 of a second. Let's get a photo finish of that. The timing line is this line right here. So you can see Jardier didn't quite get alongside in the end. You can see that is what 0.09 looks like when you are doing 206 kilometers an hour. Just look at this final corner from Jardier's perspective. Mercedes just a bit deep, not on that apex curve, gets a poor run. And yeah, had there been one more lap, you know, Jordy might have been able to get a move on for the lead into the first couple of corners, but unfortunately there were no more laps remaining, and he'll have to settle for P2. Right. Now this, if this was a normal week, I would probably say, hey, it's only 9 o'clock. Let's see if we maybe can do an LFM race. But unfortunately, I'm quite busy this week, so I do have to get going. But that does not mean we will be skipping our tradition at this stage. We will still be completing, we'll still get the Art of Rally daily stage done. And we'll get the weekly stage done a little later in the week, so you have that to look forward to. While we are loading this up, I'm going to quickly plug 6-hour endurance race I'm completing in this weekend all by myself. It starts, stream starts at about 2 for a half 2 qualifying start. The race will then start about 5 or 10 past 3, run all the way till just after 9 p.m. 6 hours by myself solo. I would really appreciate your company for that race, see how I get on. It will certainly be tiring, demanding, especially at a track like Suzuka that is barely has any rest points along the lap. So yes, I hope I can see you there. Of course, we've got a few more streams before that. So we'll bring up Art of Rally. We'll just check in on yesterday's event. We finished 36th come the end of the day, which I wasn't the happiest with. So let's see if we can improve on that today. We've got Group A at Sardinia, a 6.8 mile gravel stage. With what appears to be the knockoff Mitsubishi Evo. Just feeling quite nice to drive, to be honest. It's a little bit deep through the sort of hairpin or the tight 90-degree corner around the bale. Getting very sideways there, not carrying great momentum through the corner. Good run onto the bridge. Good couple of corners there as, oh, we've just rolled it. Big two-wheel moment as we were slightly cutting the corner. Lucky to not have the car reset on us and pick up a 5-second penalty, but that's likely put any hopes of a sort of top 10% finish, I'd say, in the bin. Careful over that wee jump. Not setting the car up very well for that. Right-hander with the crest in the middle of it. As we're nearing the end of the stage, you can see the gantry just on the right-hand side. Getting another bounce up onto two wheels. Roll around the final corner, it's a 3-minute 41.4, which puts us 45th on the leaderboard, just within the top 10%, but a little bit down on where we finished yesterday. That roll, it was a few rolls. One two-wheeled moment turned into a few rolls. Bit unfortunate, but that's sort of our own fault for getting a little greedy, shall we say. But yeah, fun stage, fun car. Kiki asking if I'm going to wear a hat so I can drink while racing. I don't know how I'm going to fit a hat on top of the headset. That's going to be quite difficult. So I don't think so. I mean, also the hat over 6 hours would get quite uncomfortable, I imagine. Like, it's only the last month that I've actually been wearing my headphones constantly. Up until then, I would only wear them if I had to wear them. It was like late at night and I had to be quiet, or I was using the mic. Otherwise, I would just have the speakers or part of my chair I'm sitting on. Yeah, just not wearing a headset, of course, is more comfortable. But so last month, I've just sort of not been bothering to change the audio output on my PC, and it's like, yeah, I'll just keep wearing the headset, and it's like I've just got used to them and get more comfortable with them, which is nice. But yes, that is going to do it for this stream. Thank you all very much for watching. Pipes. To be honest, I did contemplate getting like a proper racing bottle that sort of has the little straws that you can drink through. I say little, they're not little straws, they're sort of like big straws. I never did get one in the end. This is sort of a race where, yeah, it could come in very handy. But yeah, I'll probably just have this bottle next to me, which has orange juice in it currently. It is a good 2.3 litres to fill this bottle up, so it certainly has plenty of fluid. I might also have a cup of tea. So yeah, I'll probably have these beside me, ready to just have quick drinks at. I'll have a few snacks beside me, so during pit stops I can just quickly shovel one or two into me. But yeah, it will be tight. It will be tight on the snacks. 30-second pit stop is not a lot of time. And you only get one every hour. So yeah, and of course, no toilet breaks. The plan is I won't be as competitive as I can be for this race. So sweeties, probably more like cake bars. Like a sweet it's not eating a lot, especially for the time it takes to have a sweet. Whereas with a cake bar, you can quickly munch that down, and a cake bar is decent. It is a decent wee snack. So yeah, hopefully I don't end up getting a headache during the race. That's one thing I'm worried about. If I do, I'll try and push through as much as I can. I usually do. But yeah, I hopefully won't have to tolerate that. Yes, but that is going to do it for today's stream. No stream tomorrow, taking a break. Um, since we have plenty of streams this week. Thursday, we're back with the Harakiri Classics. Is going to be a very wet race at Nürburgring. Um, and then on Friday, we're back at Misano, this time in the Ferrari. We were fighting plenty of them today on track, but this time we'll be joining the Ferrari team to take on Misano in a very similar race to tonight's, although the the field isn't going to be as quick. So we can be a little more competitive. But hopefully the race is a little cleaner and just as interesting. Then, of course, on Saturday we have that intro that I've already mentioned. Worth having painkillers. I don't like taking painkillers. Like if you take painkillers, you tend to become, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the effect they have gets weaker and weaker. Like you start becoming more tolerable to them. I think is the word I'm looking for. But you sort of build up a tolerance to it, um, and and then you're just taking more and more, and then like maybe the one time you do really need painkillers, maybe for something like surgery or something, it's like they're not as effective. So I probably stay away from them, and yeah, as you say, they don't kill the pain; they just mask it. Really, they just make you go sort of numb enough that you don't notice the pain anymore. Especially for something like a headache. A headache is usually caused by dehydration or not had enough food, starvation. Um, so it's like whenever I get a headache, I always tend to ask myself, right, have I been drinking enough? Have I had food? Generally, the answer to one of them is no. And it's like, right, go get something to drink. Oh, go eat something. And then, afterwards, I'm feeling a bit better. So, just actually, instead of trying to mask the problem, finding what's the cause of the problem and actually solving it at the root cause is much more beneficial. Because then you're also just taking care of yourself. Um, but yes, as I said, that's going to be it for that stream. Thank you, Geeky. Thank you, Zav, for being here as always. And thank you to Blakey, Bacon Man, who joined and we're chatting a little bit earlier. And of course, to anyone else that may have been lurking throughout the stream. I will hopefully see you all towards the end of the week again on Thursday, Friday, and or Saturday. But until then, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good Wednesday. And take care. Bye bye.